children, now we are going to learn about non-contact force. As the name suggests, non-contact force, which means a force which comes into play without any contact between the objects. A force which comes into play without contact between the two objects. Now let us look at the first picture. Children, here we have magnets. We are going to take two bar magnets. Okay. Remember, children, as you all know, a bar magnet has two poles. One is the north pole and the other one is the south pole. Remember that the red color indicates the north pole and blue color indicates the south pole. Now we have placed one magnet on three pencils which will act as rollers for the movement of the bar magnet. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to bring this north pole towards this south pole. What are we going to do, children? We are going to bring the north pole towards the south pole. So, what will happen, children, over here? What is happening over here? It was initially over here, but now it came to this position, children, which means it is attracted. This north pole attracted the south pole. Did you understand, children? The North Pole attracted the South Pole. So, this is over here and this came towards it. Children, are they in contact with each other? No, they are not in contact. But still, there is a force which is applied by this magnet on this magnet. Now, let us take this for example. Now, what are we doing, children? We are bringing a North Pole closer to another North Pole. When we bring a north pole closer to another north pole, do you know what happens, children? Now this magnet moves away. You can see here, initially it was over here. There is a shadow over here. Do you see that, children? There is a small shadow over here. It has moved away from this north pole. So here, are they in contact, children? They are not in contact, but still there is a force which is acting between the two magnets. Okay. Therefore, what can we say, children? A magnet can exert a force on another magnet. A magnet can exert a force on another magnet without coming into contact. Now, suppose let us take a nail, children. You all know a nail, or you all know a safety pin also. A nail. If I take a nail near a magnet, what happens, children? This nail gets attracted to the magnet, is it not? Yes. So, not only magnet is attracted to another magnet, but these magnetic materials are also attracted to magnets. So, this force exerted by the magnet is an example of magnetic force, or this is called as the magnetic force. So, what do you call this magnetic force as, children? The force of attraction or repulsion. Here it was attracted. Yes, here it is attracted. Here it is repelled. So, the force of attraction or repulsion between any two magnets or magnetic materials is called as magnetic force. Now, is there a contact between these two, children? No, there is no contact. Therefore, magnetic force is an example of a non-contact force, and the force of attraction or repulsion between any two magnetic materials is called as magnetic force. Now, let us look at another contact force, children. For that, let us look at a picture. We have a straw, children. We know that we use the straw for drinking. Yes, we drink juice or we drink coconut water with the help of the straw. Yes. So now what am I going to do with the straw? Do you know? Yes. Now I'm going to take the straw and cut it into two pieces. Now one piece I'm going to tie to the edge of the table so that it is hanging. Okay, and the other piece I'm going to hold it in my hand and rub the other end of the straw which I'm holding in my hand with a sheet of paper. As I rub it with a sheet of paper, children, what happens? It gets charged. So now I'm going to bring this straw which I'm holding in my hand near the straw which is hanging. When I bring the straw which is hanging near the straw, when I bring the straw which is in my hand near the straw which is hanging, what is happening, children? What is happening? They attract each other because one straw is charged and the other straw is not charged. You rubbed one straw with the paper, but did you rub the other straw with the paper? No, you did not. So, what is happening over here, children? What happened? They attract each other. Now, let us, for example, assume that you are rubbing both the straws and bringing them together. When you bring them together, now, children, you know that both these are charged. So, what happens? They will repel. So, in this case, the straw which has been rubbed with the paper is the charged body, and the straw which is not rubbed with the paper is the uncharged body. Did you understand, children? Now, let us look at the next example also. We can see a balloon over here. We can see that balloon is attracting the pieces of paper. Is it not? Here, the balloon has attained a charge by rubbing it with a cloth. We have taken a balloon, children, and we have rubbed it with a cloth. Now, this balloon is brought near the tiny pieces of paper. When it is brought near the tiny pieces of paper, what happens, children? They are attracted to the balloon. Are these papers charged? No, they are not. You just cut the papers and put them on the table. Do they have any charge? No. Does the balloon have a charge? Yes. Now, the charged body has attracted an uncharged body. Did you understand? Yes? Okay. So, when a charged body is brought near a charged body or near an uncharged body, what happens, children? There is a force which is acting between them. As I already told you in the straws, when the straw is charged and brought near an uncharged straw, it is attracting. But when you're charging both the straws and bringing them together, there is repulsion. So, the force of attraction when two bodies are not in contact with each other, and when a charged body is brought near a charged body or an uncharged body is called as electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. The definition goes like this: the force exerted by a charged body on another charged body or uncharged body. It can be charged or it can be uncharged. If it is charged, it is attractive force. If it is uncharged, it is repulsion. Okay, and this force is called as electrostatic force. Is that clear, children? Now let us look at another force, which is a non-contact force. Now you know that this is not a contact force. This is a non-contact force. So far we have learned magnetic force, which is a non-contact force, electrostatic force, which is a non-contact force. Now we have another force which is a non-contact force, children. Look at this picture. What is happening over here? The girl was holding two balls in her hand earlier, but now she just dropped it. As soon as she dropped it, what happened, children? The balls are falling down. And we also see the leaves falling down, is it not? The leaves falling onto the ground. Now look at this picture, children. As soon as you see, I'm sure you must be knowing this person. Did you identify this person? Yeah, he is Isaac Newton. What is he observing there, children? He is looking at the apple which is falling down and he has a doubt. Why doesn't it go up? Why does it have to fall down only? Why does it have to fall down always? Why can't there be a reason that it should go up? That is the doubt which he got. We shall give him a clarification very soon. Okay, now sometimes what happens, children, we just walk and we have things in our hands and the things slip by mistake. When they slip, do they go up or fall down, children? They fall down. Is it not? So this happens. Why does this happen, children? This happens because the earth pulls the objects or the things towards itself. See, the apple is falling towards the earth. The balls are falling towards the earth. When you hold something, it slips and falls towards the earth. So, the earth pulls the objects or things towards itself. This force again is a non contact force, children. Does it have any contact between the earth and the apple? No. Does it have contact between the balls and the earth? No. This is a non contact force and this is an attractive force, children. And it is called as the force of gravity. What is it called as, children? It is called as the force of gravity. Okay, now after that we shall see what this gravitational force is or this force of gravity is. Does it act only on the earth? I mean, does the earth only pull any object, pull all the objects towards it? No, this force is acted upon by all objects. There is a force of attraction between you and the object which is in front of you. There is a force of attraction between you and the person who is beside you. But the force of attraction between you and the person beside you is negligible than the force of attraction of the earth. Okay? Is that clear, children? Is that clear? The force is not only of the force of the earth, but it is the force between any two objects which have mass. The force of attraction between any two objects which have mass is called gravitational force. But you just don't realize that there is a force of attraction between us. For example, a best example to tell you about the gravitational force of attraction is the solar system. Yes, children, the gravitational force between the planets and the sun keeps all these planets in their orbit. If there was no gravitational force, the earth would not be in its own orbit, or the other planet would not have been in its orbit. The sun pulls the earth towards it, and the other planets also pull the earth towards it. So what is happening? There is a balance between these objects. Now, because there is a balance between these objects, the Earth and all the other planets are staying in their orbit. So, how do you define this gravitational force, children? The force of attraction between any two objects which have mass is called gravitational force. So, we have learnt about three types of non contact force, children. Number one, what is it? It is the, what is it, children? Gravitational force. Number two, what did we learn, children? We have learnt about electrostatic force. And what is the third one, children? We have learnt about, one is gravitational force, the other one is electrostatic force, and the other one is magnetic force. Okay? We have learnt about three types of forces. One is magnetic force, the second one is electrostatic force, and the third one is gravitational force. So let us just see what we have learned today. We have learnt about the effects of force, children. We have already learnt in the previous class. Today we have learned that force can also change the shape of an object or the size of an object. We have learned that force can be divided into two types, which is, one is the contact force and the other one contact force, and the other one is the non-contact force. Again, contact force can be divided into two types, muscular force and frictional force. Non-contact force can be divided into three types, magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force. I believe that you all have understood what we have learned today. Children, please copy the notes which will be given to you. Okay? Thank you.